What's up everybody, D-Man back. Welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing another Godzilla King of the Monsters news and updates. So this one will be continuing where the last video left off, going straight into Tokyo Comic-Con. We're going to show off some art and stuff, just to cover our bases, get caught back up from what we've missed. And then we're going to go straight into the Godzilla King of the Monsters teaser trailer. Chapter time's in the description below. Skip to the trailer if you want. I don't really mind. But before you do that, we have a Godzilla Then and Now art by GNA. This is pretty similar to what I proposed as what we should have gotten for the Tokyo Comic-Con exclusive poster for Godzilla King of the Monsters, although this is reversed. I think that King of the Monsters Godzilla should be up front, whereas the 1954 Godzilla should be in the background, and that would be amazing. But this is still amazing. I'm not dissing this art at all. I'm just saying if they were going to do this in terms of the poster for the movie, they should have done it reverse. In terms of a fan art, this is great. It doesn't really matter. This is awesome. Also, Godzilla's back offline again on the Monarch website. We don't know where he is. He's probably looking for trailer 2. Oh, what's that you say about trailer 2? There was a Godzilla King of the Monsters panel at Tokyo Comic-Con, right? Before I break down the trailer, I want to give a shout out to Chester Busby. This guy is a legend. He live streamed the entire, or at least a big portion of the Godzilla King of the Monsters panel at Tokyo Comic-Con before showing off a whole bunch of cool stuff around the convention. He had permission to film there, so he wasn't breaking any rules. I did watch and participate in the live stream chat. Pretty cool. You can go check out the link down below to watch the full thing. He did miss the first part of the panel, and he did film it in landscape, sadly. I think that's landscape, right? Or is that, I don't know what it's called. He filmed it in the goofy aspect ratio. That wasn't his fault. That was just the way he was filming it was wrong. And he talks about that in the live stream, that he couldn't fix it. But we have HD footage of the panel, the entire panel. Great HD footage. It is from, I think it's from like IGN Japan. It's linked down below. Go check it out. It's really interesting. It's a fun watch. I had a good time watching it or listening to it. And then there is also an entire Godzilla King of the Monsters SH Monster Arts panel that we'll talk about in the next video. That is also going to be not linked in this video, but it'll be linked in the next one. Also done by IGN Japan, I think. These guys must have had like exclusive access to this or something, because they have the best footage online. We did get a couple of really good looks at the concept art from this IGN panel. We showed off the concept art last video, so I'm not going to talk about it too much here. I'm just going to say that this picture of Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah underwater, it is absolutely awesome. I do like the imagery of Rodan coming out of the volcano. It's very beautiful. Now that I'm not going to just joke around about it, I do like the image. I just don't like the wings and the design of Rodan. The Mothra image, again, this is the only other one that we got a better look at, because the Godzilla vs. Ghidorah art came out a little weird on theirs. The Mothra image, again, we showed it off last video, but it looks pretty cool here. Godzilla King of the Monsters had a teaser for the next trailer. So I guess it's a teaser trailer, but not in the sense that it's a teaser trailer, in the sense that it's a teaser for a trailer. It's pretty short, only like a minute long, if that. And there's not a whole lot to talk about here, so we'll just break it down generally. It starts out with Millie Bobby Brown trying to reach Monarch. We've seen this footage back as a teaser before San Diego Comic-Con. It looks like they went with the version where her hands weren't wrapped. During San Diego Comic-Con, they had two versions of this footage. They went with the non-wrapped hands footage. She's trying to reach Monarch. We don't know what the context of this scene is, but I guess this is confirmation that it will be in the movie. There is a shot of an ocean that follows immediately afterward, where it looks like potentially something is seen in the water. Could be like floating debris, or could just be like, the ocean where Godzilla is somewhere there. I don't know. We do get an awesome look at a giant Monarch facility that appears to be the Antarctican facility based off the color scheme. It may be something else. Maybe it's in San Francisco or somewhere else. I've got no idea. I do think, though, that it is the Antarctic facility based off the color scheme of this and the way it looks. What it appears to be is the female Muto's decapitated head. First of all, I love the carried over continuity. I love that we're gonna bring back the Mutos even if they're dead. We're gonna bring them back and show, yeah, they are still a part of this universe now. They are part of the world. We're not just gonna forget about them and move on. They're gonna be involved in our history now. We're gonna have to study them. So I love the fact that the Muto head is here. I think it's really interesting that they, if that is the female Muto head, that they recovered it from the water after Godzilla blasted it off. I wonder what happened to the rest of the body. Maybe it's just still there in the bay in the ocean, decomposing, being eaten off by fish or whatever's going on with it. That could still be. Maybe the black market got their hands on it, Pacific Rim style. The male Muto, his body seems like it's going to be trashed after a building fell on it and he got smashed into a a building and then it fell on him. So I don't think we're going to see his body back, but I do think the female Muto would be not horribly hard to recover. So I think that's what we're seeing here is the female Muto's head after being decapitated. And I think the reason they bring it to Antarctica, which is where I think this is set, is because they're trying to preserve it. Of course, they can't just freeze it. It's not really easy to freeze, and they want to study it, so they're not going to turn it into bone right away and put it in museums or whatever. I think they are trying to freeze it so that they can study it for a longer period of time. With it being so large, they bring it up to Antarctica so that it's an easy freezing process and it can just stay cold without them needing to invent a 300-foot tall freezer. I don't know, I really like the idea of them studying the Muto head. I've heard some people come up with ideas of what if the Muto's blood is toxic or something, and they can come up with some sort of kaiju killing weapon by using the Muto's blood, in terms of what if they can create the oxygen destroyer from the Muto head. I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't know how a Muto could destroy oxygen. That's not one of their powers. One of their powers is an EMP. So if maybe we find out how to mess with electromagnetics or whatever in the air via the Muto's blood, that could be a possibility. But no, there's no way it makes sense logically for the Muto's head to give them the ability to create an oxygen destroyer. That just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. No offense to anyone who came up with that theory. I'm just saying I don't agree with it. It could still happen and they could have a great explanation in the movie, but in terms of what we're looking at now, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense from what I'm looking at. The next interesting shot we have is a shot inside of the plane, inside of a plane cockpit during the DC attack. I think the pilots here are dead because they do not move at all during this footage. They could just be like frozen, stale with fear. I think they're dead, or this could be some sort of Godzilla's Revenge style dream sequence where Millie Bobby Brown isn't, and I pick her because she's kind of the popular one, that there's fan theories that when she touches Mothra's head, she'll have visions of the future. So this could be a Godzilla's Revenge style, her on the airplane with no pilots. Remember that in Godzilla's Revenge? That was awesome. I think that could be happening here, where it's like she's walking around the cockpit of this plane, witnessing this apocalyptic scenery, and it's not actually happening in the real world. That way the destruction that we see in the SDCC trailer doesn't wind up coming true. As I said in that SDCC trailer breakdown, once that happens, there's no coming back from it. It just seems a bit too much destruction for that to be the real world. It could still be the real world, who knows, but I don't think it will be. I think it will be a vision or a dream sequence or premonition. I don't think it necessarily will be actually happening in reality. That being said, though, the imagery of us flying through this cockpit during this apocalyptic scenery, it's awesome. I think it's so cool, so I'm all for that. We get a better look at Rodan's rampage, or not necessarily a better look. We see some reactionary shots to it, and then we see Rodan flying overhead just like he did in the Comic-Con trailer. However, this has been a little bit more revamped. There is so much more destruction here. In the SDCC trailer, Rodan flies over, buildings break. Yeah. In this trailer, Rodan flies over and a shockwave is produced beneath him that levels everything. This shows off what Michael Dougherty was talking about. This is an H-bomb with wings. This is so much more powerful and destructive than what we saw in the SDCC trailer. Yeah, this is going to be horrifying to see. You would not be able to survive that at all. Wherever Rodan flies, you're dead. And then in the end here, Millie Bobby Brown is messing with the radio. She never actually says trying to reach Monarch in this trailer. She just says trying to reach, and she never gets it out in time. You hear Monarch respond, and they're like, "Oh God, something's happening here," and you can hear Godzilla roaring in the background. So, hey, Godzilla's here. And then you get a little teaser at the end that's basically like, "Hey, we know you've been waiting for trailer 2. Keep on waiting, friends." And Michael Dougherty did confirm at the panel. He's like, "Yeah, listen, I'm sorry, I want to show you the trailer now, but I just can't. Trailer will be coming in a week." So, what does that mean for us? I think that means that the trailer will be out between Wednesday and Saturday. That's going to be my range. And I give it a big range because sometimes trailers just drop on random days. It could drop today, Sunday. That'd be crazy. I don't know why he wouldn't just say, "Hey, trailer in 2 days," but it could drop today. I think it's more likely, though, that the trailer will drop between Wednesday and Saturday. That's the busiest time of the week where there's the most attention online. Mondays, you're kind of like getting back in the swing of school and work, depending on what your position in life is. So I would feel that Mondays and Tuesdays would be kind of a bad time to release the trailer. It could be on one of those days. I have no idea, guys. I really don't know. I'm just saying between Wednesday and Saturday, that's the best range that I could give. I feel like it might be earlier in the week, which is why I put Wednesday there. But also, it could be later in the week. He did say 1 week from now we'll get the trailer. That could just mean Friday night we'll get the trailer. Who knows? And I do think the trailer will drop at night. I know I talked about earlier, I was like, do they really drop trailers at night? But you guys really pointed me in the right direction, and yeah, they do. I guess it's only at conventions in America when they drop trailers during the day. It seems like, for the most part, a lot of the trailers drop between the time frames of like 3 p.m. To like 9 p.m. Pacific time. Seems like that's kind of a range when the trailers usually come out. And like I did say in that previous video when we were talking about it, Kong Skull Island's trailer, the at least trailer 2, I don't think trailer 3, I think trailer 3 came out during the morning, but trailer 2 came out at night. So it's a big possibility. Okay guys, that does it for this one. I know you guys really want to hear me talk about the SH Monster Arts reveals for all of our Kaiju and King of the Monsters. That will be the next video. There's way too much news for me to cram everything into one video. It's just impossible for me. I couldn't do it. I couldn't fit everything from the panel, all the concept art, all the reveals, along with the trailer, the teaser, and the SH Monster Arts into one video, and I decided it'd be best to break it into 3 rather than 2, which was the initial idea. Also, I'm sorry for the delay. My computer's just been horribly slow lately. I do have a replacement parts coming on the way. I will be building an entirely new computer, probably will be done in 2 weeks, so this whole dilemma of slow uploads, delayed uploads, that should be fixed in a couple of weeks, because I'm just gonna, once I get this new computer, I'm just gonna crank out videos. It's gonna really improve my workflow. I'm super excited for it. Currently what I'm working with now, my computer is kind of on the end of its days, and it just really doesn't want to edit. So I'm sorry for the slow uploads, for the slow work. I'm glad you guys are bearing with me here, and I appreciate the support. Thank you guys all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. D-Man, out.